I have a little Christmas tale to share. I have a little Christmas tale. So the other day, I guess it was yesterday, at the place in which I work, it is not a union, I was there by myself. And the front door had opened, and I'm all by myself. The front door had opened. So I went out to go greet who I assumed was a customer. Turns out that wasn't the case. 3 Mexicans walked in the door. Now, the fact that they're Mexican doesn't really matter to the story, but it's a nice detail and it puts an image in your head. And I think it does matter to the story. So I'm going to say they're Mexican, because they are. So 3 Mexicans walk through the door. One of them has a flyer in her hand. Another one, a Mexican gentleman, has a guitar. And then a third Mexican woman comes in with a tambourine. My immediate thought is, oh fuck. Uh-oh. They're about to sing some Christmas carols. They better not, because I'm all by myself. So the girl with the flyer immediately starts talking before I even have a chance to say hello. And she's up in my grill, and she says, "Hello, sir. We are going from store to store, raising donations for Don't know what she said, but they're raising donations for something by singing Christmas carols." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool." And then they immediately jumped into song. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Dun, dun. Got the tambourine. And they're all looking at me. And I'm just standing there. And I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm getting a one-man concert right now. I'm getting a concert all for myself from these 3 Mexicans who just bombarded me. And they've cornered me, and I got nothing to do. What am I going to do? Tell them to stop? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. And they're staring at me, singing. And I am the most uncomfortable I've been in a long time. I don't know what to do. I can't talk. I'm awkwardly and uncomfortably smiling. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know where to look, because they're all staring at me and they're all singing. And they're not even smiling either. They're just jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a 1-horse open sleigh. They had their own rendition of Jingle Bells, and they just kept going and going. They were locked in, dude. Locked in, staring directly into my soul. And I just had to stand there, and I just had to take it. I just had to take it like one of Diddy's little children at his little fucking Vaseline parties, baby oil parties. I had to sit there and take it. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a 1-horse open sleigh. And they finish. And so I don't know, I still don't know what to do, so I just go, very nice. Very nice. And they continue to stare at me. Just like this. They stare. And I'm saying nothing. I'm awkwardly smiling. And I'm like, and they're not saying anything. They're just staring at me. And I'm like, so, and they go, "Would you like to make a donation?" And I'm like, I have no money. Because I didn't. I actually had no money. I have no money. I have no cash. We didn't come to any sort of arrangement. You didn't give me time to prepare. You just bombarded me and flurried me with song that I didn't ask for. So I said to them, I have no money. I'm sorry. I have no cash. You didn't even ask. You just jumped into it. And they're like, "Oh, okay." And they walked and they left. They just left. And I stood there for a second and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck? Okay? Christmas carolers. Let's make it a thing here. Let's make it a thing where let's ask permission first before you just jump into your musical serenades. Okay? And if you're gonna get a donation from the person you're singing to, make sure the person has money on them to begin with. But most importantly, make sure it's okay to sing to them first. And by the way, if it's just one person, go away. Don't do it. Don't do the jingle, because it's very awkward. There's not one person, unless you're an old person in an old folks home who has no visitors ever, there's not one person on this planet who is going to single-handedly take on a barrage of Christmas carolers all by themselves. It's not fun. It's not fun. And then to be asked for money at the end of it, no thank you. No thank you. Please, find somewhere else to go. I will give them credit, though. They did know how to play instruments, and they sang pretty good, but little too much. Little too forward. Little too intense. Okay? I didn't feel any Christmas joy there. I didn't feel the magic of Santa Claus tickle my ears there. I just felt very uncomfortable and awkward the whole time. So, if that's what you were going for, well, good job. And part of me thinks maybe it was like some sort of scam, because this has happened before. And I guess this is why I mentioned the word Mexican. And I'm not saying that just because they're Mexican that they're scamming people. But what I am saying is that last year, around the exact same time, Christmas time, there was a Mexican who was going to store selling chocolate bars, claiming they were donations for something. Turns out she was actually just collecting all the money for herself. And yeah, it was a complete scam. And that was a proven thing. That was an actual event. So I'm not saying the Mexican carolers that came to me yesterday were a scam, but all I'm saying is it's a thing. You know? It's a thing. We never have carolers. I've never seen a caroler in my life. But it just so happens that yesterday they came and they were Mexican, and in the past there were Mexicans who pulled a Christmas scam before. You know? And if you're going to pull a scam at Christmas time and you know how to play instruments, your scam seems pretty legit. It seems like not a scam. So I don't know. But either way, I'm glad I didn't give them any money. Because even if I had cash, I probably still wouldn't do it. Because I didn't enjoy myself. They just came in and made me feel uncomfortable and awkward. And that doesn't deserve money. I don't care what the charity is. You can't come up to me and make me feel like a piece of shit and then ask for money. That's not how this works. You gotta make me feel good. You gotta You got to establish a little bit of a repertoire. Don't just bombard me with song and expect me to feel magical. I felt horrible. In just an awkward way. It was just super uncomfortable. So I don't know, maybe a story will come out and we can I can address it next episode and say, see, I told you it was a scam. I told you those carolers were not carolers.
Watch this full episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast by clicking the link in bio.